Hello, hello, hello! I'm Cheesy Overlord 27, and today I'm telling you another D&D story. I know I haven't done one in a while, so I thought I would keep you guys updated. I have my two DMing stories, so I thought you guys like to hear my first time and second time. So, before we begin, subscribe to the icon. You guys know what that means, and now I will start. So, uh, uh, so I have played D&D for a little bit now, and my groups either got shut down or they moved, and I had no idea where they went. So I thought I could try some home campaigns, and I'm the only one in the family that knows D&D, so I have to be the DM. So our first session was this train course map I found that it was free, and I thought, okay, let's see how well they can do on this, and it didn't exactly go according to plan. My family, my mom, my sister, and my two brothers were playing this campaign. My mom was a human fighter named Patience. My sister was a high elf archer in archery. I believe her name was Rignick. I can't remember exactly what her name was. It was started with an R. Asher was a human sorcerer named Solidifar. And then Wayne was a black dragonborn named Jarji. So that was like the whole...
I said Jarjik.
Jarjik, sorry. So what went down was that we started out on the main map, and this was my first time GMing, so I had no idea what I was doing most of the time. I read the book, made sure I had a brief idea of how things worked. So they were in this room, and if they found this secret key, it would have helped them a lot in this journey. And I told them to all roll perception. My mom found it in the bronzer or something. I can't remember how to pronounce it. So she finds the key, and that unlocks a secret clove with a bundle of really good items, and it also helps unlock the doors. They started moving, and then the trap started triggering, and this is where the part I got confused, because I wasn't really sure of how the traps worked. So I just have them roll initiative like a lot, and so they took a serious amount of damage, and before this I leveled them up to level 4 so they wouldn't die instantaneously. So after they just went through this asylum with traps, so now they're in this big room with like 3 doors, a wooden door, thicker wooden door, and a metal door. There's one side with a treasure chest. In the middle was an owl bear, a mechanical one, very old. And then on the other side there was a room. So, first thing anyone did, Wayne jumped out and started attacking the owl bear. And he missed, and then the owl bear kicked his butt, and now he's lying on the ground. And like he learned not to fight the owl bear anymore, because it took almost half his health. So, after Wayne got his butt kicked, they went over to the treasure chest area. They went over, Mom tried looking at the chest and found out it was an illusion, and there was like 4 chests. 3 had potions, 1 had a lever they needed to get out. I forgot to mention they need to find 4 levels to get out. And the secret clove was behind her. She found the secret clove and opened it. She got this wand of detection. It wasn't specific, so I just found the least common, most commonish sort of wand. She got 2 healing potions. I believe she got 2 spell scrolls, a Thunderwave scroll, and something else. I think that was it. I don't remember all of it. But then as soon as she opens it, everyone started stealing from her. So now this was going to be more difficult because I had to figure out how exactly they were going to steal from Mom when she has all this stuff in her arms. So I thought, okay, if they beat her her perception, and they get to steal it. A lot of them succeeded. Wayne was the first one, grabbed a healing potion and chugged it to heal from the damage that he took from the owlbear. It didn't help much though. And then I believe Asher stole the key that Mom got, and then they pretty much went on their own separate ways. Trin stayed in the treasure chest room and opened up the locks by just like breaking them off. And she became an alchemist by getting one healing potion, a fire breathing potion, and a climbing potion. And also found the fourth lever, but that's a little later. So she just found all of those at once. And so it's like, okay, fine. Asher was in another room. It was what this room was supposed to be was flying skulls were going to give them a really hard time. And then there was this lever where they had to do 3 clicks to the left and then all the way to the right. So, so he comes in, the skulls are flying around. First thing he does a cloud of daggers. And it's like, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And like, this cloud of daggers is pretty much like shrapnel in a box. It just shreds anything. And it's like a 5'5", and this is a very small room. So he shattered all the skulls. And got like all 6 keys, which are fake. So he started grabbing keys. Mom came over, stole some of his keys, and got her key back and just put it away. She found the lever. Asher tried. He failed the strength check, which is 10, which is pretty bad. So Mom did it, the 3 clicks, and then all the way right. She got that lever. Trin just opened up the 4th chest with the lever inside. And Asher Mom started racing to get to the lever. I told him, okay, roll d20s to see who goes first. And so Mom got there first, but before that I forgot to mention, Asher sort of started fighting with Mom, and he made her a midget, and he beat up the midget, and then she ran, and then he took out a crossbow and shot her in the foot. And she took about like 3 points of damage. So now she's a gimping infant, and she pulled down the lever. And Wayne, in the meantime, tried breaking down one of the doors. That was a very thin one. So so this is what happened. Like, he asked me, okay, I'm gonna break down this door, the very small one on the right. And then like go, and they say, okay, I'll roll a strength check, and it was like a 10. He had to beat, and he beat it. And then this is what I told him. So like, you shatter the door into pieces, then you realize it goes into a wall. And then everyone just started cracking up, and Wayne just shattered to pretty much cardboard or to a wall. And it was quite funny, actually. It was actually planned that way. And so after Trin got all of her potions, Wayne also went into another room and found this sort of gauntlet area where there was one side that had 2 levers. One was a bad one was a good one. And the other side, there was a side with 5 faces that shot spells at you. When there was a lever in front of that one. So Wayne entered and went over to the one with the 2 levers, and it was like a whole gauntlet you had to go through, and it was just pretty hard to figure out all the traps and stuff, but I think he did fine. So he got there, and then it started getting funny again, but I'll tell you in a minute. So Trin also came in there, took care of the masks thing, and pulled down their 3rd lever.
No, I pulled down 2.
You didn't pull down 1. Okay, so Wayne's in there, and he was about to pull the bad lever until I told him to roll perception, and then he noticed it wasn't as worn as the other one, because that was the bad one. So he tried pulling it, and then he kept failing the strength check, which was 10, by the way. He failed it like 5 times. Then Mom came in and pulled it down, and was like, why?
No, I pulled down 2.
Wayne kept trying, and he still failed, and then Mom came in and just pulled it down.
I pulled 2.
You didn't pull any. Okay, so so now they finally got all 4 levers. They came back into the center room, and then the metal door opened up. So they went down, and they thought that was over. However, there was one other thing. There was a Arctic rat trap that shot out like rats every second, and I had to keep track of how many rats are in there. So now they have rat problems, and they have 7 doors to open through, and Mom still has the key. So they start going in, managed to kill some rats. Mom opened up the bad door, which had a trap behind it. So she opens it, and then the stink cloud comes out. However, the thing is, like, she manages to get out of the way in time. And then I had another idea that might have been an interesting one. If she moved, this thing was like direct line to the machine. So if it hit it, it would make that thing stink. So like so that's why I had to do it. Stunk up the machine, and all the rats were just like trying to get away by like the side of the doors. And then everyone just took their sweet time trying the doors, and they found the one and got out. And this was all in 2 hours. That was quite a interesting campaign. So that was the first part. Then the second part was their actual real campaign. It had one chapter. It was the Lost Mines of Gavilar or something. So I started them off with that, and beforehand I tried another D&D group. They were doing the exact same thing, so I had a little bit of an idea what I was doing. So they were in a caravan sort of thing, and then 4 goblins jumped out. So I had to figure out exactly how this was going to go down. So so they started fighting. One got burned to a crisp. One is just very badly cut, and one just got pummeled. And then there's this one goblin just standing in the middle of this, like, oh no. So he's now like trying to run away. Then Asher, the sorcerer, is like doing some damage, and oh, and you're probably wondering how fire breath happened because Wayne's acid. What happened was she drank her fire potion, and she just kept breathing on him, and it pretty much died from fire. And she was like, not a weapon, nothing. She just like put her weapons away and chug a potion and breathe fire on him until he died. It was quite funny. Mom was doing regular fire stuff and just killing one by sword. Wayne, I think, I don't know what he actually did in that one. But like what Asher did was quite funny. So he found one and stabbed him right in the head, and so Wayne's, oh yeah, now I remember. He was sitting on one of the gnomes that's very, very badly hurt. There are only 1 or 2 health left. 1 health. So like 2 of them are dead. One's being sat on by Wayne, and the other one just got stabbed in the head by Asher. And then he cast Friends. And that actually worked. So, he, like, stabbed it and said, we're friends now. It was just so ridiculous. And it worked. That was the worst thing. He pulled out the dagger and mended his huge hole in his head. And he also has 1 health. So, Asher's wanting to get some information. He started talking with him. Got at the name of their leader, Kildar, was a bugbear, and then he was like convinced him to take him to their base and avoid traps. So he tried getting him off, tried getting Wayne off, and didn't work very well. He fell off, and then so Wayne got up, and so what was it? I know something funny happened. What was it? Oh yeah. So Asher, like so he's still sitting on the goblin. So Asher steps back and casts Firebolt and launches him off, and he goes right into a tree. And he took so much damage too. So now Asher and Wayne are fighting. So so Asher was gonna cast another Firebolt because now Wayne's mad. So he's like coming out with his flail and about to attack him. The other one's standing there like next to Asher. One's just trying to get up because he's very badly wounded. He's like missing. Oh, I forgot. Like there was this one accident prone that gnome, the goblin, that like kept shooting arrows and he kept shooting his own foot. He's like, ah, why am I doing this? Just kept shooting his foot so many times. It was quite funny though too. So so Asher casts another firebolt to keep him away and help his friend. So he casts firebolt. He crit fails. So I just thought this would be quite funny. So I told him, so you cast firebolt, and then a gust of wind comes out of nowhere, swoops the firebolt, and kills the goblin that's on the ground. It was like, dang it. And Wayne's just laughing hysterically as he just killed the goblin. But he's also still very mad as well. So, so now the goblin I cast friends on broke because I didn't know the exact specifics of the thing. I'm pretty sure that counts. So he broke and like, oh no! So he's like bolting down the trail to get away from these psychopaths, and Wayne and Asher are just pretty much beating each other at this point, and they were almost died because of each other, because they had maybe 10 health each. It was pretty bad. So after that, Trin was just following the goblin, trying to catch up with him. And Mom just, like, abandoned the two guys, just, like, let them fight about. So they just started running, and they just kept fighting and fighting, and, like, there was so much, oh, my word. So, yeah, so they finally stopped fighting because I was GM, and I told them not to, and then I just magically teleport them into the trail. But I don't know how, I just made them into there. So now they're following the goblin. I don't know why I keep saying no. So Trin tries shooting him with her bow and arrow and misses. So everyone's like pretty much at this point trying to throw stuff at him. The only one that wins was Asher, and he threw paper at him. He literally took a bunch of paper and threw it at him and it hit him. He gave him one paper cut, and that was it. It was quite funny. And then a meme started soon. So there was traps on this thing, and so everyone knew the traps except Mom. She kept failing, and so she is like walking over. She gets her foot caught in the snare, but the thing is, she succeeded the dex save and manages to slice the rope before she goes up too high. Then they walk again for about another 10 minutes, and then she also fails to notice another trap, which is a pit. She starts falling. She manages to do the dex save again, and get onto the wall, and then hoist herself up. Then a trend started, and she from then on, now I got angry at her because she kept saying, let's go looking for traps. And it's just like, oh my gosh, no. There's no more traps. Please, just stop. She was like, let's go looking for traps. It's like, no, don't look for traps. So, they finally got to, the base of operations for the goblins. There was two in, like, a lookout post, and they noticed this, and, like, they were trying to discuss of how to get in. Then one goblin takes a cheap shot and misses, is barely, and is like right next to someone's foot. And like they look at him, and like he's scrambling down. Trin like fires an arrow and almost kills one goblin. Went through one ear and like out the other. He's like just laying there barely with one health. And like the other one's just like running down with like his, I can't remember if it was a sword or something. And like he's trying to attack them. He's failing miserably. Yeah, and he just gets killed, pretty much. And while they were, no, actually, Asher cast friends again. And before this thing died, so he had like 1 health again. And he cast friends, and he asked for more information, and everyone still wanted to kill him. he managed to find out there was a lot of goblins in there, and that they also abducted a dwarf, which they were supposed to be protecting. So, while they were talking to him, the one that was, like, very badly injured was trying to take one more shot and, like, flings another arrow at someone, and it actually hits them in the... I think it hit Asher in the leg. And, like, he pretty much cast Fireball and killed him instantly. So now they're gonna go inside. And then Trent got a pet. So, they enter the building, they go... There was this one section with 3 angry wolves staked down to the ground. Trent comes in, and she's like an animal handler sort of character. She manages to convince one of their friends. The other 2 weren't so sure, but they weren't making noise anymore. So she pretty much freed the wolf, and now the wolf is her best friend. And it's like, I have to keep track of this wolf now, don't I? And I can't even remember the name she gave him, and yeah. So there was a chimney that led up to the bugbear, and then there was this long path to get there. So Wayne and so everyone started walking. Mom and Ash are the only ones that can't see because they're humans and they don't have dark vision. So Wayne is just there, just trying to get up, and Mom is also trying to climb up a wall. So Asher has this wand of War Mage. He like casts the wand, and then he got a lot of gust of wind. So like he casts the spell, and the giant gust of wind pushes him up to a raft and manages to hang on. I don't know how powerful the gust of wind spell is, so I'm just giving a guess and just saying he manages to make jump. So he's just pretty much hanging on at this point. Wayne's manages to finally get some grip and started working his way up. Trin went up the chimney with her wolf to the bugbear. So she's in there, and now she's pretty much fighting bugbear, 2 goblins, and a wolf. And she's there with her wolf, and that's about it. And so she's pretty much like saying, "I need help, guys." And like she manages to kill like 2 goblins, and she's working on the wolf, and the bugbear like takes no damage pretty much at this point. So Asher manages to get up and go over to help and start casting spells and stuff. Wayne manages to get up, and then he found something very interesting. He noticed the goblin was running, and he manages to kill him. And the other goblins that were in a section, they went over to help their boss. Then he found that one of the guys that they needed protected was still alive, and he pretty much took him out to make sure they were okay. That he was okay. He had like 1 health. And Mom, like, he had 1 healing potion, and Wayne managed to convince her to use the healing potion for him. So he drank, except maybe it healed him like 1 or 2 health. Well, it was not that much, and Mom was just a little angry about that. She was pretty much like waiting outside at this point, and what was it? Yeah, so so Wayne is now coming back to help, but they're just almost killed the bugbear here, and then they killed him, and that was pretty much it. Then I needed to divvy up all the treasures they found. They found golden frogs, or a jaded frog. I could have sworn it was a item that was helpful, but apparently not. They got a lot of gold, silver, copper. I remember 2. They had like 2 golden orbs that were like pretty expensive, so they managed to get that. Don't remember anything else they got. Wayne got all this stuff from 1 room, and that was about it for that first chapter. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.